What is up, internet? How are you people? Welcome back to Diet Revolution, a place to lose weight while playing dance games. In today's video, I want to talk with you people about my stamina, what I was able to do before, or I guess when I first started my DDR journey, and where we are now. Some of the hardest songs that I can do. To me, personally, the harder the song, the more crossovers, the more notes, the more stamina is required. So, if that's different for anybody else, sure. But to me personally, this video is all personal experiences, by the way. Let's just get that out there. Harder the step chart, the higher level, the more stamina required, at least in my experience. My DDR journey started around last February, so February of 2024. My videos go a little bit, or my video goes a little bit before that. My weight loss journey didn't start until February because I had to go to New Jersey for emergency family stuff, and I kind of got stuck there. Didn't start my DDR journey until January, February of last year. Prior to February, I haven't touched a dance pad in about 10 years, like seriously trying to play DDR. There is an occasion or two where you ran into a machine while out of town or something, maybe stepped on a pump it up machine, but never like, okay, I'm going to the arcade today to play. I'm gonna have a complete session. There's gonna be 5 or 6 sets. Nothing like that. The last time I did that, maybe over 10 years ago. When I finally saw an arcade had DDR and I was overweight, I was like, okay, if DDR's back, I'm gonna take advantage of this. Because the last arcade machine I saw nearby was a really long time ago. There are machines that are like 40, 45 miles away, but that just didn't fit my lifestyle. Trying to go 45 miles away for a hobby every day, every other day, several times a week is not something that I could personally do. For the people out there that could do it, I applaud you. You guys have my respect. That is not easy. My lifestyle does not fit for being able to do something like that. My stamina, when I first stepped on the dance pad, was pretty bad. Something I want to note right off the bat with you people is that playing songs you already know that you have memorized that are like itched into your brain is very different than playing sight reads or brand new songs that you've never heard or seen before. Well, again, at least for me. Songs like Max Unlimited, that's a level 16 on the new scale. That's a lot easier than playing a brand new 15 that I've never played before. If it's a relatively hard 15, stamina-wise, it's kind of, I don't know if it's the brain processing everything as you're getting ready to do these movements. Already knowing, for some reason, helps me with stamina. Could be something wrong with me. When I started in February, I was able to clear songs like Blue Impulse, Hysteria, a lot of the old school songs I grew up playing, 321 Stars, although 321 Stars was a bit of a struggle, if I'm being honest. High BPM, still a little bit of a weakness of mine, if I'm being completely honest with you people. I went from not being able to clear stuff like Max Unlimited and The Legend of Max. Now, back in the day, in my teens, my stamina was incredible. I was only 200 pounds even compared to the 287-ish pounds I was when I started making this YouTube channel. That's a big difference. That's like a whole extra person worth the weight that I'm carrying. My stamina was really, really bad. You guys can go and watch all my vlogs from the start. Something I forgot to mention is that when I first started my vlogs in February, I was already playing DDR a bunch before starting to record. I wasn't really comfortable recording myself that soon. Like, I really wanted to get into it first. Coming back from New Jersey, I did a lot of eating in Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey diners. I started playing it around January, started vlogging it in around February. So when I started in February, I was definitely playing a bunch of harder songs, getting back into it. The way I make it sound here is like those early vlogs have no stamina at all, which is not true. So just wanted to clear that up. Even if you see me completing them, most of the time I was like completely out of breath and was taking advantage of the menu timer. So I would play the 1.5 to 2 minute song and then take a whole 1.5 to 2 minutes of resting. My stamina was really, maybe bad isn't the word, poor. My stamina was poor. The sun kind of went away, so I'm gonna have to raise my ISO a bit. As I played throughout the weeks and months, I started being able to clear certain songs. Although they wasn't great clears, it was just a clear nonetheless, right? And as a DDR player, if anyone new here is watching and just like getting into the DDR and want to follow along, someone seeing how their progress goes before they jump in, getting a clear on a song, no matter what your score is like a really big deal because it's something you couldn't do before. Seeing the score screen come up and not have an F or not seeing the failed screen gives you like a lot of dopamine satisfaction. It makes your brain happy, like you accomplished something. I'm probably explaining this horribly, but what I'm trying to say is you did it. Like, you hit a goal. Even if the goal is horrible, even if your score is really, really bad, it means something. Well, again, this is all personal experience, but it meant something to me, seeing those clears. I'm gonna rewind again just a little bit. Back in my teens, right? The highest level I was able to play, for the most part, was a ITG 11, right? Which is, I consider DDR 11 as well, but whatever. ITG 11, right? I was able to do some 12s at like my peak, but it was rare. Like, that wasn't a normal occurrence for me. I was failing a lot more 12s than clearing them. In terms of new scale, the highest I was able to do in my teens was 15 to 16. 16 being like max unlimited, right? Max unlimited was my favorite DDR chart growing up. I feel like it's the perfect blend of hard and fun without being stupid. It doesn't have anything that's hard for the sake of being hard, which is a lot of new DDR stuff, by the way. I don't understand why they do that. It's like they're trying to prove a point, like, hey, look at how hard our stuff can get. Like, no, make it fun. We want hard if it makes sense. Like, don't just throw stuff at us. I don't know. Healing Division CSP is a joke. Fast forward to now. My level at the very beginning was capped to like level 14, level 15 stuff. Occasionally, if I knew the chart, a level 16. I don't know. I would have to go back and watch the vlogs because I played DDR a lot. This past year, I have a lot of DDR that I've played. I think, for the most part, Max Unlimited was like the only 16 I was able to clear. And that's because I like know the song by heart. Knowing a step chart is a lot easier on the body than playing a sight read, for sure, in my opinion. As the weeks and months went by, I started, like, surprising myself. This wasn't a short journey. I didn't get, like, huge stamina boost right away. I don't want you to think that if you start playing DDR now, your stamina will be great in a week from now. No, please. Look at the timeline of my vlogs. You'll see a vlog of me doing something crazy, right? Like, I think it was the first boss rush video I did. I don't know how early that vlog was. There's vlogs where, like, I cleared Max Unlimited and stuff like that. And then you fast forward all the way to recently, where I finally cleared my first 17 in the arcade. Like, first official 17. Fascination Max. Which is a ridiculously hard song. Like, I honestly don't believe that I'm able to clear that. My teenage self would be so proud of me. We're having a thunderstorm right now. I should move my camera a little bit away from the rain. I have to get a little bit closer, a little bit more intimate. I guess I could zoom out with the... Yeah. We take off stabilization because we're on a tripod. Don't need stabilization. We'll get some more wide shot back in there. Okay. Clearing Fascination Max was something I never thought I was ever going to be able to do because I remember playing that with a PlayStation 2 controller with the thumbs and my thumbs feeling like they were going to bleed. It was absolutely ridiculous. Playing Supernova on the PlayStation is one of my favorite memories ever because of all the amazing songs that were in that game. From not being able to clear songs like Max 300, Max Unlimited in the arcade, to clearing Fascination Max. Where does that leave me to today? Like, where are we? A lot of people, or maybe not a lot, a few people in my Discord and YouTube live streams have mentioned to me they think I can hit like a certain level now. Like I can do stuff consistently now, play higher level songs, higher level charts. I honestly didn't think that about myself. I guess it took a second pair of eyes to notice this. I wish I had a second pair of eyes for a lot of things in life because I wonder how many things I don't see that others would see. I started playing like higher level stuff. To my knowledge, I've cleared. I'm gonna consider ITG 12 and DDR 17 the same thing. Okay, if it's not, excuse me, I apologize. But my DDR brain from the old days can't get used to the new scale for some reason. I think I could be completely wrong. Please correct me if I am. I feel like an IPG 12 and a DDR 17 is the same exact thing. DDR just does it a little bit differently, but in terms of difficulty, about the same. A 12/17. I think I've cleared anywhere from 7 to 10 of them. I would have to look. I'm going to look through my Stepmania and I'll update you people. 17s I've cleared in the arcade have been Pluto Relinquish, Fascination Max, Unofficial, the unofficial, official first 17 that I've ever cleared was actually Pluto the First on the Wii version of Dance Dance Revolution, which is absolutely hilarious. Now, I don't know if that is considered a legit first 17 path. I don't know how the health system works in those games, how it compares to the arcade. But technically, that's my first ever 17. So I have 3 DDR 17s under my belt, and somehow, some way, we've cleared them. I don't know how. I don't know. I guess just the hard work that I've put into relearning how to move my body for DDR. Not that I forgot. It's just a lot of the muscle memory has to like rebuild, right? Like without stepping on the dance pad for 10 years, me watching DDR gameplay, I know exactly how the body's supposed to move. But actually doing it is a different thing, if that makes any sense. I'm sure there's a bunch of DDR players here that'll agree with me. This past year, I went from comfortably playing songs from the old school DDRs, DDR Max, Max 2, Extreme, Supernova, Supernova 2. Most people would agree that those were around the easier songs. It wasn't until songs like Z for CSP, Exifer, I don't know how to pronounce that. I didn't get any of the X releases, so I didn't have songs like Monkey Business and King. I didn't have access to those. And I didn't have a home setup to try them out either. So I was like really in the dark for like 10 years from DDR. Songs like Doll CSP are just a little bit harder than heavy mode. I wouldn't consider them crazy. My stamina has gone up quite a bit. A lot of people ask me, Nivik, what's the best advice? How do you grow your stamina? I honestly have no idea how my stamina growed, how my stamina got better. The only thing that makes sense to me is just losing weight, having less body to throw around on the dance pad definitely helps. And then playing like a lot. I was going to the arcade 3, 4, 5 times a week. I kept hearing about LTech, LTech. Hey, you have to get an LTech. You need to try out the LTech. The LTech is great. You'll save money by going to the arcade. See, it's hard getting to the arcade a bunch. You need not only time, but you need money for game cards, and you need gas money. Getting in the car, putting gas, having time needed to get to the arcade, then buying a game card, and then also sharing the arcade machine with other players, right? Like, if you're there specifically just to work out, you still have to wait for other players. Nobody cares if you're there to work out. They're there to play DDR regardless of why they're playing. If they're playing just to have fun, if they're playing because it's their cardio, it's their exercise, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter why I'm there. I'm playing a bunch in the arcade, and then we switched over to LTech, and it's been really, really wild for me how much stamina I have now in comparison to what I had before. I would say my stamina has doubled, at least. At a minimum, it has doubled. I actually did a 4-hour stream a few weeks ago. Played for 4 hours straight. Now, the last like 40 minutes, I was playing really easy songs because my legs were just giving out. Like, I got to the point where my legs were unresponsive. Yeah, doing a 4-hour straight DDR session is crazy. But we did it. Our stamina has gotten really good, and I'm really happy about that. Thank you, people, for hearing me blabber on for 20 plus minutes. Let me know what you guys are doing in terms of your DDR journey. I always love hearing about people's progress, where they've started, where they're at now. Even if you just started, tell me what you've done since you just started, what your plans are for the near future, for the distant future. I really love hearing your guys' stories. I'm fully supportive of anyone playing DDR, especially to lose weight like I am. Seeing your guys' success stories is really, really freaking awesome. I am Nivik, and you are a blessing. Thanks for watching.